Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Closers Podcast. My name is Marco Alvarado, coming to you live from an undisclosed location. Today, I have my special guest, Quinn, the Moondog Kalani, and the very special guest, the even more special guest, the man of the hour, Sergeant Anthony Stewart.
What's up, man?
Oh, yes. We can't... Well, I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking super, like... I feel like I'm not talking as loud as usual because we're not in the back of the store. But instead, we are in a humble abode. A place dedicated to rest and relaxation for one of America's finest.
Yeah, so much for the undisclosed location.
well, yeah, but we don't know who. We don't know where.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so...
Some random guy.
So, Anthony, how are you doing today? What's up?
Good, not too bad. Feeling pretty good today.
You're feeling
actually.
good. That's great. That's really great to hear. I'm glad.
Yep. No lows, no highs.
No
just,
lows.
Just pretty steady.
Just straight mid-range.
That's right.
That's cool. We're also watching the Game 1 of the Toronto Raptors versus Milwaukee Bucks while we were talking, so if there are any interjections that are not on topic, that is why, because, you know, we're somewhat preoccupied, but that's okay. That's fine. So I'm aware that you are a fan of the series Game of Thrones.
This is correct.
What did you think of this past episode? The penultimate episode of the series. What'd you feel? How do you feel?
Conflicted. I mean, it was one of those, like, those moments you're like, don't do it. No, don't do it. No, I can't go this direction. And then it goes that direction. And you're like, what the hell just happened?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, even some of the main characters in the show, I think we're feeling the same way that the audience is feeling, you know, because I know I'm not the only one that felt that way.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know, it was kind of disappointing the direction they went.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you were disappointed that way. Were you a Khaleesi fan? A Khaleesi stan? Or not?
Not necessarily a fan of Khaleesi, but more a fan of the righteous person being the victor. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The one who would take mercy on the innocent. You know,
right.
Basically, the Jon Snow.
Yeah.
You know, approach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a little more brutal and barbaric.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Stuff
that the audiences definitely aren't used to seeing. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, did you like the ending that the Hound got, Sandor Clegane?
I did. You know, I know. I actually talked to Quinn about this.
Oh, what did Quinn have to say?
It.
Oh, I hated it.
I know he hated it.
I hated it.
Oh, I know that.
I hated it. I hated how it was edited and cut together. Dude, with Arya's kind of escape and you know, her running for her life. Kind of takes you out. Kind of took me out of it.
I loved that. I personally loved that.
I didn't like it.
Wow.
Why? Why did you like it?
I liked it because those two characters have been so closely linked for the past, 5 seasons, that to see, in a way, the death of who Arya's character was as this like super vengeful person who just wanted to kill Cersei because, you know, she did so many bad things to her family, which was super justified, but also the death of her protector in a way was just a big pivotal moment for the character of Arya Stark, that now she's gonna be in this next episode. She might still kill Daenerys, but she's gonna be different. She might want to take Gendry's hand in marriage now. You know, there's going to be a lot of different things happening with her character. That I feel like that point.
I also didn't like about Clegane Bowl. I thought it was like they were fighting in a phone booth.
That was the most pointless scene.
I thought they were fighting like on the staircase. It should have been in the room with the painted map on the floor.
You think that really?
Yeah, something where they have more freedom of movement.
Yeah.
That way you have more freedom of camera movement. That way we could have had longer shots. We could have stayed in the fight longer, but that way we would have felt it more.
And you know what? I didn't actually think of that until Quinn pointed it out. But he's right. You know, like they portrayed Mountain as this super strong, overpowered, huge dude, right? But then they gave him this little tiny space for his final battle. Yeah. You know, we should have seen him swinging freaking building pillars or some shit. You know, I mean. It just should have been way more epic, you know? The build-up they had for him, I felt it deserved a lot more than what it got.
And I think Arya should have stayed. I think Arya should have got down with the Mountain, too. It would have been sick.
For both of them to fight the Mountain?
Sick.
I don't know about that.
I honestly thought that at one point she was going to backtrack and you were just going to see her flying out of the shadows, like stabbing him in the head or something.
Yeah, it should have gone... that she should have helped the Hound fight the Mountain, but the Hound dies killing the Mountain, Logan style.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just like Logan, like the Hound dies like Wolverine, and X-23 is Arya.
I still wish that Sabretooth was in Wolverine instead.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched the movie that came out 2 years ago, then
yeah.
But
it's not like it matters anymore.
True.
It's been snapped out of. Existence.
Yes, quite literally snapped. Speaking of snapped, you told me as we were walking in to this location that we're recording that Hulu bought Disney or Disney bought Hulu. Sorry, I got that confused. But
I just saw like a passing headline that Disney now has complete ownership of Hulu. Now I don't know enough about it to speak about it, but I just saw it as a headline, so I was just speaking about
That's
it.
That's fucking crazy. If that's like super true, well, I mean that is true.
I'll look it up right now. But
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what they would do with it.
Yeah, well, they're probably gonna buy back the Marvel Netflix stuff like Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones and the Defenders. They're probably gonna buy that back and then probably port it over to Hulu or Disney Plus. But it's weird. Why would you buy Hulu if you're gonna create Disney Plus? Like. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe they're using the platform. You know, maybe they'll use Hulu, but then just kind of change the interface and make it, you know, Disney Plus or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy! If Hulu becomes Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean it's happened before, like with companies and stuff.
Yeah, no, that'd be crazy. Jesus,
there would definitely be a lot of happy fans if they did bring those shows back. Oh, yeah. I, for one, liked them. I know there was a lot of people who didn't.
I was a fan of Punisher and Daredevil. Jessica Jones was all right, but Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. Too cheesy for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we've been talking a lot about fictional battles within Game of Thrones, within other worlds. For the past 5 episodes, we've been talking nothing about the fiction. Let's talk about reality. What really happened? And Anthony is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah. Devil Dogs. Just on the record, we thank you for your service. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Everything you've done.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So... I have a couple questions. What is this man wearing?
He kept pointing, but I didn't want to look.
I didn't want to say
I didn't want to look because the moment I did, I wanted to crack up because it was about to get real.
Shaq is dressed like the music video "Kissed by a Rose" by Stewart.
Yeah. Do you know how much cloth it probably took to make that suit?
He's wearing a black suit with white roses on it.
Oh my god. Kissed by a rose.
Dude, you pointed at it and I looked and I had to look away because I didn't want to start laughing. Marco was about to get deep here for a second.
Oh god.
Kissed by a rose.
That's a good song.
Kissed by.
He's killing it though.
He is killing it. No, he looks good.
I think the black undershirt with the white tie would have been
stupid.
What? It's not stupid. Look at my man Kenny. Kenny always styling, dude.
Man, them glasses ain't even
like
real.
Old uncle. Old uncle gets a tuna melt at the deli.
Yeah. They ain't even real. Oh, that's funny. Shit. But Yeah, so Anthony is as a veteran of the Armed Forces of the United States, and I just have a couple questions because we haven't really had anybody on the podcast with his level of experience, not just within the military, but just of life in general. So I'm just going to go right in. I'm just going to go for it. What would you tell somebody young that is maybe going into the armed forces, who's been wanting to for a long time? What advice would you give them to, when entering? What should they do? What are the do's and don'ts?
Well, first, obviously, you want to be physically prepared.
Right.
Boot camp is very mental, but you want to be in shape. But the key thing would be to prepare for your future. You know what I mean? Like, when I went in, I didn't necessarily think of life after the military. Everyone goes in expecting, to potentially do 20, but not a lot of people think about life after.
Right.
And, because that's commonly overlooked, there's a lot of vets that get out after the first 4 years with no idea of what they're going to do. So my advice would be just to have a plan, like ensure that the job you choose to do is going to be one that will carry over into, civilian sector.
Right. What were you in the military or in the Marines?
I was probably a key example of what not to do.
Oh, wow. Really?
I walked into the recruiter's office, young, dumb, and full of you-know-what, and I wanted the hardest job. I looked at him and I said, "Give me the hardest job you got." And he was like, "All right, infantry it is."
Wow,
so I ended up in the infantry.
Okay.
Not a route I would choose for anybody that has a brain.
Wow. That's crazy to say. Well, not crazy, but that's just it's somebody who has been there.
It's definitely honorable,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But there's not a lot you can put on your resume,
Yeah.
when you get out. Like, yeah, I can clear a building and, I can, shoot something from 500 meters away, no issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you can't really write down that's not going to transfer over, I mean, you do get leadership skills and whatnot, but no real technical skills, We're in a technical age now where you got to have that trade training or something
computer skills.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, the blue-collar workers slowly going away. I mean,
definitely,
machines are building our cars now. I mean, like, everything.
You got to get more technical. You got to get more skilled. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I went in just wanting to be Rambo. I watched way too many movies as a kid. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely understand. You were a child of the 80s.
Yes.
So, and there was a lot of that going around at that time. A lot of action movies. It makes sense as to why, because my older brother, very much like you, went in to the Army wanting to go infantry. And he later told me as to why he went in, because he wanted to be the badass.
Exactly.
He wanted to be the guy on the motorcycle who wanted the motorcycle. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be able to kick ass, take names, and respect out of force. I mean, he got it, but he says the same thing. If he could, he wouldn't have done it at the end of the day. But
the action heroes of the 80s shaped the model of masculinity for the kids who grew up then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we love the 80s here on the Closers Podcast.
Every guy born in the 80s is a John McClane.
Jesus.
John McClane.
That's right.
He's a bad dude.
No, he's a bad dude.
Good old Nakatomi Towers.
I'm all about, what's his name? MacGyver.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you, MacGyver.
Yeah, he was the man, but he ain't had them gun skills. Like,
but he could get you out of anything with peanut butter and a toothbrush.
You're barely a Marty McFly.
No, I'm not saying I am MacGyver. I'm just saying I that's my guy who I like from the 80s. No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm MacGyver at all. Marty McFly. Go fuck yourself, quick. God. But so when did you serve in the military? What years were you active?
So I was active from 2000 to 2004.
Okay.
And then I went IR, which is inactive ready reserve, so they could call me back.
Right.
I used that time to work on an ambulance.
Oh, nice.
Do some fire stuff. After the 8-year term completed, I decided I wasn't finished. So having medical experience, I went and joined the Army Reserve.
Oh, okay.
And they put me in some special, program. It was a try one. I got to go in for a year, try it out, and I actually extended for a year.
Oh, wow.
Waiting for these bonuses to kick in.
Yeah.
But, they never did, and I never really... what are we reading right now? Anyway, they never kicked in, so I just decided to get out. And plus, I mean, where I was at, it was very undisciplined.
Oh, really?
And uncomfortable and unfamiliar. I didn't really transition well. The Marines and the Army, it's too...
What are the differences that you've noticed?
Just all around discipline. For example, our younger Marines will walk around with complete and utter respect for every higher rank.
Right.
All the way up to E3, you're considered a non-NCO.
Yeah.
Well, those non-NCOs, they address NCOs, officers with respect.
Yes.
They don't talk with their hands. They talk at parade rest, And in the Army, it's way different. When I went there, I was a sergeant, and we had E2s and E3s just talking to officers like they were back on the block, and it just drove me nuts. I'm like, what is going on here, And a lot of people might say, well, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? But it's a huge deal.
It is.
Because that discipline, it counts.
Yeah, it does.
When your leadership needs you to do something without any questions asked, that discipline needs to be there.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be there if we walk around, and talking to everybody like they're our buddies.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be the chain of command that is, you have to remind them of that, like where their place is. Not to like put them down, but just to remind them that there is a clear-cut chain of command here.
Well, yeah, but not only that, but you establish that, I hate to put it like this, but dominance, you need to have a level of assertiveness over them, I mean, they're your subordinates.
Yeah.
You're their leader, so you need to lead them.
Yeah.
No,
that makes sense.
It's a return to your basic tribalism. There's an alpha male, and then there's the pack.
Yep.
Right.
Chain of command. Right. It's the same deal.
You have to have that.
It has to be in place.
Oh yeah, of course. Because
without it, there's chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Not unmitigated order, but chaos. We love chaos here at the Closers Podcast, but we also appreciate order. We very much do.
Yes.
And
enchiladas.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Chicken ones.
Chicken ones. Stop making me so fucking hungry. I had Popeyes today for the first time.
Yeah?
It was pretty good. Speaking of chicken, I just had to say, I don't know, because I know Quinn is a big. If there's one business I think that Quinn would want to sponsor him in his life, I think it'd be Popeyes. Am I correct?
No.
I'm not correct?
No, you're not correct at all.
That definitely looks like an absolute no.
Wow. I thought, dude, you always talk about Popeyes.
Popeyes is good, but if you're asking me one business...
Yeah, like food business. Specifically food.
Fast food?
Yes. Jim boy.
Dude, it'd be hard not to say Taco Bell.
What?
It's the king of all fast foods.
I don't know. It's not. No,
it's
so
adaptable
bad.
to every situation.
Their breakfast is pretty good. I'll give them that.
Taco Bell got that money.
Everything.
So
Taco Bell got that money.
So does McDonald's.
A variety.
Yeah, but McDonald's is so
Played.
It's played like Justin Timberlake,
Oh, like it's outplayed.
Yeah, like
overplayed.
Played out.
Played out. Outplayed.
Who's out here repped Taco Bell hard?
James Harden. He's.
Never mind. I don't want no part of it. I don't want no part of it.
Aren't you a fan of James
I think
Harden?
He was faking.
I don't want no part of it. You know what? Let me get Del Taco.
Oh, hell no.
Chick-fil-A.
I'll take Chipotle.
No,
and they're gay cows.
I'll take Chipotle.
You'll take Chipotle?
That's right.
That's a good choice. I like that one. I'd gladly take In-N-Out. Being from my California roots. Yeah, I eat there like once a week. It's so fucking
No, I switched from Del Taco to Jimmy John's.
Ooh, Jimmy John's. That's a good one. You don't like Jimmy John's?
I don't.
I like Jimmy John's. I like their
What?
I like their oily bread. I like their wet bread.
Dude, their platters?
Their
Man.
wet bread.
They cater?
You don't like their wet bread?
No, I don't like their wet bread.
You like their wheat bread? Their wheat?
No, but I do
What
love
did
their
you say?
wet bread.
What is happening?
I don't know.
I like their oily wet bread.
Oh, wait.
But I hate turkey.
Why do you hate turkey?
Because turkey's dry. Turkey is disgusting.
Why are we
Disgusting
talking about
meat.
turkey?
He brought it up. I don't know.
Well, we were
Jimmy
talking.
John's.
You asked me about
Yeah, I asked you about
food, and I said Jimmy John's, and then
Yeah.
I feel like most people, when they think of sandwich meats, they think of turkey, right?
In the military, what sort of foods is there available to the troops when
What
you're
sort of
overseas?
sandwich meats?
Sandwich meats.
What
Huh?
sort of sandwich meats do you
get
find
wet bread or do you
served at chow
get wheat
time?
bread? Do you get
The bread is often wet,
Oh, really?
but that's usually because of condensation.
But what?
No.
But what sort of meat?
I mean, they do have like in the chow hall, they'll have combo like lunch lines or whatever, where you can put your sandwich together.
Yeah.
So I mean, they would have a deli selection with ham and turkey and
That's cool. Who
you know.
puts those together?
the cooks, the chefs,
cooks.
the errands,
The errands.
the errands.
Wow.
Double A gonna be making that old 6-incher.
I'll tell you what.
You want that oil and vinegar on that old?
Them $5 foot
I'll
longs.
throw on a couple extra pieces of cheese for you.
We love our man Double A.
I love him. I miss him, man.
He's coming, dude. He's going to be on the pod in July,
Yeah.
so you should come on with him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So when you're out, so our chow hall specifically when you're on base.
Yes.
Okay. So then what about when you're out in the field, like you're
In the field, you just get MREs.
Okay.
That's the dehydrated packed little packs of food.
Are those? Do you like those? Did you like them? Or
You know what?
How do they taste?
If you've never had an MRE and you eat one, you'll probably like it. Really? It's not that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. There are certain ones that are trash no matter what, but try eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 6 months straight. You know what I mean? And then that's when it starts to get annoying and disgusting. And
What are the best and worst flavors of MREs?
oh god, man, there were so many different like flavors, but one of my favorites that I always put together, you'd mix them because you got little condiments on each one. So
Yeah.
I would get the chicken noodle, right, with
Chicken noodle.
with vegetables,
Yes.
and you heat it up,
Right.
and then you get the cheese spread,
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
there's a spread.
that you're supposed to put on the crackers, right? But
Yeah.
you squeeze it in the chicken noodle. You crumble up your crackers. You put that
Oh, okay.
in.
The
You mix
chicken
your
sheet.
seasoning salt
Yeah.
with some Tabasco.
Yeah.
That's freaking 5-star
Really?
right there. Let me tell you. And hey,
Wow.
the beef frankfurters were not that bad. You got a couple pieces of wheat snack bread and some cheese.
Not bad.
Slapped together. I mean, it's a little hot dog sandwich.
That's really cool. My brother told me that like one of the worst ones. I forget if
Beef
it's
steak.
I think it was beefsteak. I think it was beefsteak or like taco or something that they had.
Dude.
It was like
There's a
disgusting.
couple really bad ones.
Yeah.
They had like this teriyaki chicken one.
Oh yeah.
That some people liked it, but I hated it. I mean, just that version of it was
Yeah, that
just,
sounds horrible.
it was bad. Skittles I'll probably never eat in my life again.
What?
Yeah,
There's
like,
a Skittles MRE?
no, it wasn't. Well, the whole MRE wasn't a freaking Skittles.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
know?
I don't know.
But you would get accessories, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
little
yeah.
treats in
Yeah.
your MRE, and one of the treats you would get was the chocolate M&Ms, or the Skittles. So,
Do you like chocolate M&Ms still?
No, I don't eat.
Wow, neither of them.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I don't know. I just sick of them.
Dang. Yeah. No, I would be sick of them too.
Yeah.
I mean, the candy that I used to eat all the time wasn't in the military, but you know, I eat candy too, and the candy I used to eat that I got kind of sick of, Snickers. Can't do it.
Really?
Let me tell you,
I
can't
love
do
me
it.
some Snickers.
I could do a Snickers mini. Like
Yeah.
the bites.
Yeah,
I can do a regular size. King size is a little too much.
really. I used to be able to not eat the Three Musketeers.
It's got to be an occasion. When I was
But I
like
can't now.
18,
Yeah,
19,
yeah.
I could put down a king size Snickers in like 5 minutes.
Mm.
Now, dude, I can't do it.
Best impulse candy or favorite impulse candy in your opinion, Marco?
Best favorite impulse candy. Man, it depends on my mood because either I like the fruit or I like chocolate. I mean,
All right, so I mean, when you're in chocolate mood, what do you
check
go
chocolate mood. I reach for Milky Ways
for? Milky Way.
just because caramel's kind of like one of my weaknesses.
What about when you're feeling like the
fruity?
Fruity.
Yeah, when I'm feeling a little fruity.
Yeah.
I like the.
You like probably a good Nerds rope, huh?
So
No, I'm a Swedish. No, not Swedish fish. No. I take that back. I'm not Swedish fish. I like the Sour Patch Kids, the sours.
Oh.
okay.
Yeah,
The extremes.
the extremes. I like those.
Okay.
Yeah, those are cool.
What about you, Quinn? What's your go-to
You know,
Quinnifer.
I do like sour Skittles.
for your fruity? Like when you want a fruity
Yeah.
selection.
And
What
then
about when
for chocolate?
Yeah.
I would either go like a Butterfinger or a Snickers. I'm kind of old school, man. But you know,
A Butterfinger.
yeah. Instead of candy, I always went like chips.
Okay.
Like whenever it came to like a snack or a dessert, I always went with like a chip or like
A chip.
or like some jerky or
Yeah.
something else.
So you didn't
Or
have a very
what I would do, and you know,
Yeah.
I would show off my alchemist skill,
Oh.
as I would create what is something that I dub the pepper nuts. And the pepper nuts is this. This is an old school trick that I learned in the woods of Cerulean.
The Woods of Cerulean.
You
That
take
sounds like
you,
it's in Westeros.
you take a Dr. Pepper.
All right.
You open it. You know, you drink a little bit.
Okay.
And then you take honey roasted peanuts. And then you pour the honey roasted peanuts into the Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
And then you screw the lid back on
Yeah.
and you shake it up.
That sounds disgusting.
No, it's amazing. It's called pepper nuts. And if you
Oh,
ever
that
want to
makes
venture
sense.
into an astral dimension, pepper nuts.
Pepper nuts.
Pepper nuts.
Pepper nuts.
What? All right. Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
Drink a little
Pepper,
bit. You pour
honey
some
roasted peanut.
honey roasted peanuts inside.
I wish we had some. If we
Yeah.
had some, we should do it next time.
Next time,
Next time
we'll
that
have
us three are
to-
on a podcast, we will do the
we'll have to put it together
the
and then try it
pepper nut challenge.
out. Quinn's concoction.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So
Well, we can start a new little
A
mini
Max Salad
mini
brew.
series.
Mini-series.
Quinn's concoctions.
Quinn's concoctions. Quinn, I feel like you do have a lot of concoctions when it comes to like food and stuff. Am I right?
I'm well versed.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm well versed.
Would you be willing to do a Quinn's concoction,
What do you mean?
like every other episode or something of the pod? Like
Just talk about a
you share a new recipe.
Like a new recipe.
Yeah, a recipe for something a little bit more.
That'd be a lot of pressure to come up with something new.
Well, no, only if you know them. If
No,
you don't know
I'll
'em,
tell you why I won't do it. I won't do it because if I ever stand to make a profit off of it, I'm not going to just put it out here for some assholes to come pirate off this.
He's putting his foot down.
I got to tell you, Quinn, I'm pretty disappointed right now. I'm pretty sad.
I mean, Butterfingers.
It is what it is.
And
I'm sorry.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow. All right.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Yes.
my candy selection.
Yes.
In case you guys
No,
were
no.
freaking wondering.
I am wondering. I still am wondering.
Reese's peanut butter cups
Oh.
and
The 2-pack or the 4-pack?
the big cups.
I love me.
So you're talking about the the
I
4.
like me them cups. Let me tell you.
I could put down a 4-banger of the big
So
cups.
you're talking
Really?
about the foot long.
Whatever it's called.
foot.
Yeah.
I
The
need-
king size.
Yeah, the king size. There you go.
Yeah, and Sour Patch Kids are definitely my go-to
Really?
for the fruity.
Yeah, I like Sour Patch
King
Kids.
size.
I just.
See, I usually go like chips, like a small bag of chips.
I like chips.
Or
What-
pepper nuts.
Or pepper nuts.
My-
Small bag of chips, man, you know,
My go-to chips are the Cool Ranch Doritos. Personally.
loser.
How is that a
What are yours,
loser?
Anthony?
What
Chips?
Yeah.
I like the Flaming Hot Cheetos.
There
the Puffs.
I don't know.
I can't.
He said, "There it is." Oh, wait a second.
I can't do the Puffs.
I don't know about the Puffs.
I like the Puffs.
You know what? I like the Puffs too. But
what?
No, the Cheeto fries.
Hot fries?
Hot fries.
You mean the Takis?
Yeah.
No.
Sour cream and cheddar is pretty good. Ruffles?
The cheddar can become a little overbearing though sometimes. Yeah. Like I can only eat so much.
I also like jalapeno kettle corn.
Yes. Yeah.
But nothing beats Flamin' Hot, man. When they came out with Flamin' Hot, coincidentally, Flaming Hot Cheetos came out the same time or around the same time as Mountain Dew Code Red.
Interesting.
Really?
That's right, dude.
Kids' teeth were freaking pink across the world.
Say no
Coincidentally, I believe Lil Wayne came out with the Carter 2.
What?
What are you saying?
I don't know.
So were you saying they all lined up at the same time?
I think so.
The stars aligned.
Kind of feels like the Illuminati is at work.
You know that Lil Wayne's going on tour with Blink 182.
That's awesome. That's sick.
Isn't that cool? And
That's cool.
They're
I
coming.
like
They're coming to. I think they're coming to Golden One. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool. Lil Wayne, one of the top 5 greatest rappers of all time. Better believe it.
You don't care, Anthony. I thought you liked Blink 182. No.
No, I mean I'll listen to him, but I'm not a big rap fan.
Not a big rap boy.
I mean I listen to the old school like '90s rap, like Tupac and Biggie, and
Do you like Wu-Tang?
Yeah, all those dudes. I mean, the East Coast versus West Coast, rivalry they had back then, it was epic. But it's changed.
How's it changed for you?
We all know how it's changed.
As a man that was raised in a time that was a little bit more simple, a little bit more hostile too, in the rap community, how has it changed? I'm curious.
I feel like rap songs used to tell stories. You know what I mean? There used to be an actual dialogue in there. You know, they had meaning. Like their lyrics came from their heart and their mind. It just wasn't a bunch of mumble, blah 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 blah. You know, like what's that audio stuff they do now?
Auto tune.
Yeah, the
Lil Wayne
auto
actually
tune
pioneered that.
You know,
right? Did he?
I'm not saying it's bad, but don't use it for every freaking occasion. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, there's no real old school rappers out there. Everyone's doing that mumble stuff.
Wow.
The mumble rap.
Yeah.
It says, according to the first thing that popped up on Google, Flaming Hot Cheetos came out in 1992.
Yeah, that is not when Code Red came out.
Code Red came out in 2007.
Yes.
And Carter 2 came out in 2005. So
Okay.
I was 2 out of 3 right.
Yes. It's funny because Code Red came out coinciding with Xbox 360.
I do not remember Flaming Hot Cheetos being out since 1992.
Yeah.
How old were you in 92?
I was just born.
So why would you remember it?
Well, I don't remember ever seeing them. I remember seeing people eat Cheetos regularly, but I never remember seeing people eating Flaming Hot Cheetos until like 2005 when I was in like middle school.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't cool yet.
I remember Doritos.
Maybe.
Those Dorito Puffs, those were good. I like those a lot.
I don't like that. They seem too airy for me, if that's a freaking word. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there should be like a filling or something.
Where were you in the 90s, Anthony? Like, let me give you a year. 92. When Quinn was born, where were you? What were you doing?
I was getting in trouble.
Saigon.
With my single parent home. It was just me and my mom, and I was a little hellion.
Uh-huh.
And 92 is the year I got in trouble and got put in a group home.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What a year to pick. Fuck.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Would you be willing to talk about that a little bit?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, how was that experience in the group home?
It was terrible. You know? I mean, picture it. I wasn't that bad of a kid.
Right.
You know? I mean, I had a temper, and I would run away from home and get in trouble in school. But, I mean, I went to the group home, and there was 47 other kids that were way more fucked up than me.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know? So I'm a firm believer in you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You do shitty pick. You meet you hang around shitty people, you do shitty things.
Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, like, it was only a matter of time. Some of those dickheads rubbed off on me.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Not that, you know, I'm placing blame there for my current.
Yeah, but I mean, they had something to do with it.
But
they had something to do with it.
You know, you're exposed to a lot more things that the average kid isn't.
Yeah.
You know, and it was definitely an experience that made me grow up a lot faster than most.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was out there grinding, doing the chores at the group home because they had like a little bank set up for us, and they would actually pay us in like these little like paper checks, you know, and then we could accumulate a balance and then get money out of our bank. So I tried not to associate with anybody and just work.
Would you guys like trade cigarettes and stuff?
It wasn't like prison, Quinn.
You gotta make it sound like it.
No, I mean, yeah, there. You know, actually, they let kids smoke there.
What?
16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
16
like
years
if you
old.
were 16, you could smoke.
Wow.
And they had
that's crazy.
Smoking times where you could go out on the porch, you'd
go.
smoke your cigarette, and then you'd go in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wild times.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I mean, all these kids are there. It was just a bunch of counselors, college kids who didn't really give a shit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I freaking got high with one of my counselors, you know, like, it wasn't like they were too much farther in age from us. So,
no, that makes sense. Were you there in the group home until like throughout your high school experience until you were 18, or like how did that go?
Yeah, so all through high school, I did keep in touch with my adoptive mom, the one I was left.
Yeah.
The day I turned 18, that was it. You know, like I couldn't be in the home, so they pretty much gave me my bags, put me on the doorstep, and they were like, "All right, man, good luck." You know, I was fortunate that I had my adopted mom around, and she took me in.
Well, that's good.
And you know, I went wild for a couple years before I went to the Marines, but yeah. So I mean, it's pretty much just trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I did have a kid when I was in the group home too. I was 16.
Yeah.
3 days after my 16th birthday.
Shit.
So.
Was she also in the group home, or?
Yeah, my daughter's mom. We were both in the group home together, so you can imagine the kind of shit that was going on. Like I said, you know, a bunch of kids.
That's awkward.
Yeah. What's awkward? What?
I mean, you're growing up in the group home with your baby mama.
Yeah, well,
but also with all the other kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's awkward. It's like
you're
going through this together, like you and all of you together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
it's not like you and someone. As you traditionally would associate two people, it's you and everyone in the group home.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everyone knows your business, kind of.
But the funny thing is, was me and her, no one did know our business.
Oh, really?
No one even knew that she was pregnant with my kid.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were super...
You guys are like the Lannisters. You're like Jamie and
buddies.
Cersei Lannister.
Well, we were nowhere near brother and sister, but thanks for trying to make that comparison. Jesus, Quinn.
I love it.
It escalated freaking quickly. But, yeah, no.
Quick draw Quinn.
The moment that they found out she was pregnant, she had to go to an outside foster home or whatever. So I didn't have to, live with my baby mama.
You always got to hit me with that after the joke.
Damn. Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Well, I apologize.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Not as good as I did 30 seconds ago.
So when did you enter the Marines? Like what age were you?
So I decided I was going to go in at the end of 99.
Right.
Because, I mean, I was all into martial arts. I was like...
Oh, yeah.
I won a world championship in 98. This was in the ATA, like the American Taekwondo Association.
Right,
so
yeah.
In my division, like, I had won that year, and then I was competing in the next year.
Right.
And, man, I was messing up. I was hanging around the wrong people, so I ended up... That was one of the deciding factors, me going in. But I ended up leaving in the end of 99, and then March of 2000 is when I shipped out to boot camp.
Pre 9/11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was actually in Italy, Camp Darby, on the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit when 9/11 happened. We were in Camp Darby, Italy, doing land navigation training.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like?
Like
It was scary as shit, man. Like, to be honest, kind of a cool story.
Oh yeah. Please. All about cool
that
stories.
Day when 9/11 happened, like I said, we were in Camp Darby, Italy. The rest of the unit was doing land navigation training. I was still a young Marine then, and I had been selected to do radio watch, which was the most boring freaking job that you could get, but they knew I knew my stuff already, so they didn't mind leaving me behind. So I'm sitting there, and then over the radio, we get a call, blah blah. They tell me what happens, and I asked them. I said, say again your last, because I wasn't registering what had happened, and so I was like, Roger, stand by, and I went and I grabbed my gunnery sergeant, and I told him and explained to him what happened, and he just looked at me. He said, stay here. He slapped his 9mm down on the desk. He said, nobody comes through this gate, unless it's us. Yeah. And I said, all right, roger that. He left, went and got the unit. We kind of locked things down that night. Scary thing, that night, it was all dark, and then the power went out in the camp. And as soon as the power went out, we literally heard a plane flying overhead. So, like, hearing what had happened, like, at the World Trade Center, and then that happening, like, and we're in a completely different country. Yeah. It was scary, man.
That is scary.
It freaked us out. But the next day, we ended up jumping back on ship, and they shipped us out to Afghanistan. We were doing gator squares for about a month until they decided that they were going to bring out the fresher unit. Because we had already been out there on the MEU for 5 months.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And during the MEU, all we do is drink and party and go from port to port, you know? I mean, and then this went down, so they're like, let's get the fresh guys out here who have been training for the last 6 months and not drinking and, doing God knows what.
And then from there, where did you go after that? Where you sent to? Or you and your guys?
We just went back to Camp Lejeune, did some more training. We were actually doing a workup for Okinawa when the war broke out. Oh. So instead of going to Japan, we ended up having to go play in a sandbox.
Yeah.
But
and you were stationed in Afghanistan, or?
No, we did gator squares off Afghanistan. Once we got relieved, we went back to Lejeune, which is in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And then when we were in North Carolina, we did like all of our training that we had to do in order to go to Okinawa.
Shit.
But instead of going there, like I said, we ended up getting shipped out to Iraq.
Oh, okay, that's where it was. So when you say gator squares, like what, for us civs, what is it?
Yeah, excuse me, sorry. So a gator square that's what we call, like, you have grid squares on a map. Mm-hmm. So a gator square is when a Navy ship goes and they'll circle one of those grid squares. Okay. Just kind of holding position, waiting for further orders. Oh, okay. So it's basically you're just kind of out there doing circles, waiting to get word, what to do next.
Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Dang, that's crazy. And so you were over in Iraq for how long?
First 7 months of the war. We landed in in Kuwait in January of 2003. Yeah. We were there for like probably a good month. Yeah. Just waiting to find out what was happening. And then the night before we left, it was actually March 21st, I want to say. Right. Is when we actually crossed in to Iraq. Like, we were the first American unit, like one of the first units to cross in.
To go in there.
Is what they called the line of departure, the LOD. Okay. But, I mean, we all kind of knew it was real once they started handing out the grenades.
Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't just let us carry those around, you know? Yeah. So, like,
special occasion.
Once the platoon sergeants were like, hey, squad leaders, you need to come and get your M67 fragmentation grenades and blah, blah. We were like, all right, we're leaving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, from basically March until the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember exactly when we got back, but
Yeah.
I mean, we pushed all the way from there. We made it up to Alcoot, maybe a little north of there, but
Yeah.
that was a long time ago.
No, I was, how old was I at that time? I was like probably 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a while ago.
I was a little bummed we didn't make it all the way up to Baghdad. I wanted to see like what the hype was. But,
Oh, really? You never went there?
Yeah, there was a pretty significant battle in Al-Naziriyah,
Right.
which has actually been compared to Fallujah as one of the bloodiest battles of the whole war.
Oh, shit.
And Naziriyah happened towards the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, like there was a lot of big, huge friendly fire incident that happened.
Fuck.
I mean, you can look it up. Just look up Battle for the Bridges or
Battle for the Bridges.
Naziriyah.
Okay.
They wrote books about it. I mean, but it was pretty crazy. They actually have YouTube videos that talk about that battle, like little documentary videos that you can go and watch, and it tells you the whole story about Task Force Tarawa.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, I feel like not many people know about like specific battles of this past war, just because, you know, you think of World War II and you think of Vietnam, like there's specific, like there was a specific like what are you shaking your head for?
I don't know. Just go.
Okay, like there's specific landmarks that are noticeable within, like, you know, Germany, certain like cities that people just not naturally know, but bigger cities like Berlin and you know, there's all these places in Europe, and in Vietnam, like there's catchy names like Ho Chi Minh and all this stuff. But in like Iraq, I mean, other than Baghdad and all these other, like, there's not really, you don't know of all these different big cities. There's not
but
that
you know,
much of it established
because it's unpopular.
Yeah,
right.
It's unpopular.
It's unpopular, and because
to
it's not really romanticized.
Reflect back on it like you do at World War II.
Exactly. It's just not as romanticized, so people don't really know about it. But like,
so it's not as taught with with the same sort of in depth.
It's just now like being looked at as part of American history, whereas before it wasn't history; it was the present. It was like happening. So
I mean,
maybe one day, I don't know.
Even now, you know, it's still not in that realm yet. You know, to be considered, because it's not quite over. We still have troops over there.
Yeah, we do.
You know, no one. When we went to Vietnam, no one knew those cities the same way no one knew these. The only reason we know them now is because they have taken the time to write them down in the history books. And there will be a time, you know, decades down the road, where our kids and grandkids are reading about, you know, these certain battles. You know, like Fallujah. Fallujah's a popular one that everyone like really knows about. Baghdad, obviously, is a big city.
That's true.
Al-Naziriyah was big on the news in 2003, but if you didn't follow the war, you're not going to remember a name like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely don't know much about like the battles over there, but just because also with school, they specifically focus on certain times within American history that, you know, for some reason they highlight. Other parts they kind of skim over, so it just depends. But so speaking of children and grandchildren, you have a grandson.
Oh God, yeah, I do, and he's the best, man. He's the coolest little guy ever. But I mean, I'm way too young to be a grandpa. But I mean,
you're like 63, right? Like,
yeah, very funny. No, 39.
Yeah,
39. 1-year-old grandson.
That's crazy.
But again, like I said earlier, I had my daughter super young.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah, she was 22 when she had.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, she waited 5 years longer.
Yeah, she waited
6 years. So
yeah. What? Well, I'm not gonna ask you what his name is, but no,
it's Luciano.
Luciano.
Yeah,
that's cool. I don't want to be like, what's his name? Like,
you're good, bro.
But that's cool, man. That's awesome. I mean, I know a lot of people that have served in the military don't really get to see out their lineage to get passed on down that far. So it's really cool to be able to sit with somebody who is able to see that.
Yeah.
What would you, not just for people in the military, but just in general, like, do you have any advice you could give people that maybe the younger kids, like, What advice would you give your grandson if he was already maybe like 18 and he's just like, I don't know what to do? Because there's a lot of kids that you probably know, a lot of guys my age, a lot of girls too, who just are kind of floating around and they're just like, fuck, I don't, school's kind of lame, but also I don't want to just like work all the time. Like, what's your advice just to get through life?
So, so the key thing I would say is to choose a path, choose a path and stick with it. Don't venture off. Like, I mean, it's okay to explore other avenues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But kind of try to stay in the same realm. Find what you love to do, and then find a way to make money doing it.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I made the mistake, I mean, I did so much time in the military, and then I went from doing this to doing this to doing that to doing this, and I changed so much that I never really got a chance to land on anything, and I just felt like I wasted so much time.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of times where I was like, oh, it's all right, I'll do it next year. Oh, it's all right, I'll do it next year. Procrastination will kill you as a youngster, you know, because when you're young, your perception of time is it's different.
Yeah, because you think time moves super slow.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's it actually moves a lot faster than we think. And
yeah, it does.
My advice would be is, have a plan, execute it, figure out what you want to do early, and then stick with it. Because, you can be a know-it-all, but you can, you want to focus and be a master in whatever your craft is.
No, that makes sense.
And if you're overextending your talent, you're not going to be able to focus on that one true passion.
Yeah, and the earlier you start, the sooner you become that master and make money in whatever it is you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No, that's true. You got to make time on your side instead of racing against time.
Now, not everyone's going to get there. You know? Like, I mean, there's a lot of people who I'm one of them. I'm definitely, like, not where I thought I would be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But
what did you want to be when you were a kid?
A cop. I always wanted to be a police officer.
Oh, really?
A public servant. You know, like I wanted to do that ever since I was, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately, military disabilities keep preventing me from doing that.
Yeah.
But you have to take advantage of opportunities you're given. Don't squander them. Choose a path, stick with it.
Yeah.
And, try not to get too distracted because there's going to be plenty of time to chase the ladies and, make your money, get educated.
Yeah. Do you think one of the things that you learned in the military, and of course tell me if I'm wrong, but is it safe to say that everybody has shit in their lives they got to deal with? Some people are dealt better cards than others, and just you got to make the best of what you got, and you got to, like, I bet there were times when you were overseas where shit just was fucking, like, you're just over it, and you had to just, you got to just make do with what you had, like, and were those lessons you learned over there, were you able to translate them over here?
That's what we would call embracing the suck.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that terminology in movies and stuff.
Oh,
but you got to embrace it, man.
I'm sure you have, Mark.
I definitely have. I definitely have.
But what makes those times easier to deal with is the company that you have. The fact that I was able to go through those moments with my Marine brothers made it a lot easier. Trying to do it alone is a lot harder. So you definitely need support.
Is that what you come away with the most out of your time in the military? Is your time with your the brotherhood that you've built?
Oh, absolutely.
And established.
You missed that 100%. The closest I've gotten to that bond is when I went through the fire academy back in 2008.
Wow.
I think.
I thought you were going to say when you worked with us, but okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I just mess with
the familyhood and the brotherhood that we do have at the store is pretty comparable to the same relationship. The only difference is we haven't gone through those trials and tribulations together, you know?
Yeah.
We need to experience some hardship together in order to really bond the way that you do.
The store burning down while we're in it.
I mean,
you're still going to have to embrace the suck, Marco.
Yeah, there's I don't know.
Fuck boy.
There's brothers, and then there's military brothers. I think it's two totally different.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's that. We have no clue. None of us have a clue. Double A's having a little bit of a clue how it is, but yeah, fucking Quinn. Why do I have you on these? Why are you?
I try to keep it going, man. I've been good. I haven't clowned on you once.
I know. I'm surprised. I'm really.
I couldn't help it. You put it right there. I was like, and then you're like, yeah. I embrace the
because like my older brother tells me that he told me that all the time. Like when I used to hang out. With him. Jesus Christ, dude, are you good? Do you need water? Oh, you have water.
No, I'm just saying. What did your brother used to tell you all the time?
Embrace the suck. He's a military guy. I mean, come on now. He didn't mean it like you fucking God.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but you looked at me. I know.
I didn't even look at you. I looked away.
God,
you're so paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. I just know what you guys mean. You fucking disgusting. But
it's a 1-point game.
I didn't say anything.
It is a 1-point game. What is it right now?
83-82 with 9:56 left on the clock.
Shit, Brooke Lopez looks heated. Oh shit.
I think that's just his face.
I hate.
Oh, he just crushed a 3. That's why. Jesus.
Oh, that's why.
He looks like Bert from Bert and Ernie, huh? Right?
He does.
This guy,
Nikola Mirotic.
Jesus. Shave your neck.
I hate the springtime. But what do you guys feel about the spring?
I love the springtime. It's my favorite time of year.
You know what?
I hate it.
I like the weather during spring, but I hate the pollen and the allergy and all the shit that gets blown around.
That's what I'm going
I don't
through
get
right now.
I don't get allergies, so
it's right deep in my lungs, man. It sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely you definitely have to take meds or something, man. Because if I have a nasal spray and a pill that I take.
Oh, really?
Stuff. Yeah. If I didn't, dude, my eyes, I'd be sneezing all day. I'd be like this guy.
Do you take those nasal sprays that Joey was talking about on our podcast? What are they called? The one with the rhino, or what did he call them? Poppers or something?
I can't remember.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was basically like ED on steroids or something that you could just get at the gas station.
Well, if Joey's doing it, then more than likely I'm not.
Hey, man, I gotta ask. I don't know. I don't know what you're up to. But
I'd like to. So you talked about Taekwondo a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
You were a world champion, right?
In the ATA, yes. It's not really a big pillar to stand on. But...
I know. But what is the craziest story you have from your time atop the Taekwondo world? Champion. Like, was there ever run-ins with the Yakuza? Or
no.
Or,
No movie stuff, but you know what?
Did someone ever send, like, a hitman to challenge you?
No. Nothing.
Anything crazy?
Nothing crazy like that. I did have a crazy movie moment, though, during the tournament, and I'll never forget this. It was a huge life lesson. I was a pretty talented and gifted martial artist, like I was just naturally flexible. I naturally was able to pick up the timing, the speed, and everything that it takes to be a good martial artist. And I was at this tournament. This was one of my first tournaments as a black belt, and the guy that was across the ring from me was definitely outmatched. Like, I was just watching this kid move, and I knew, and in my heart I felt insulted. Oh, really? Because I had worked so hard to get my black belt. You know what I mean? Like, my instructor busted my ass, and I earned it, and I felt like this kid, he's over here, like, and he's making us look bad. I'm like, why are you even here? And that was my attitude going into this fight, and I came out and I destroyed this kid, man, like, so bad. Like, I fake low. First kick, I threw 2 techniques the whole match, but I just destroyed him. I fake low, went high, and he tried to block low with both hands, dude, and just ate my foot, right? So traditionally, you turn around, you get on your knees, and show respect or whatever.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, my instructor happened to be one of the judges. In the ring. And I'm being cocky at this point, right? I'm like looking at my buddies and I'm like, it's this guy, So we get back up. This time I go in a sliding side kick, but I fake like I'm doing a slide in hook. I bring it, rechamber it back down, and then throw it right in his ribs.
Yeah.
I break 3 of his ribs.
Oh, you broke his ribs.
The freaking ambulance had to come and take the kid away. My instructor immediately pulled me out of the tournament. And, I mean, he laid waste to me, man.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, look, man, you're going to come up against people that you don't think are worthy, or people that don't match your level. You can't expect everyone to be at your level.
Yeah.
It's unfair for you to do that.
Yeah.
And, one of the key components to being a black belt is showing control.
Oh.
And when showing control is knowing when you have your opponent outmatched. See, I had it ass backwards.
Yeah.
I felt like because I needed to show him that I was dominant.
Yeah.
Instead of showing control, which,
that makes sense.
Was the lesson I learned that day, and from that really point on, I was
lesson to learn. Yeah.
I was able to, and there's a lot of movies you watch, and it just kind of reminded me of
Karate Kid,
my movie moment,
Yeah, no, that is a movie moment.
But it was a good lesson to learn. I think everyone could learn from it.
Yeah, control. That is definitely something you got to learn. I have a story close to that. When I used to wrestle in middle school,
you wrestled?
I wrestled in middle school. Yeah, it was funny because Aaron. Shut the fuck up. God, what is your problem?
That was the first thing. I didn't even say it out loud.
I thought Quinn said it.
I didn't say anything at all.
Because in my headphones, it sounded like Quinn said it. But
I can sound like Quinn.
Sound like Quinn?
I can sound like Quinn.
Do it.
It's the girls. I don't understand what's going on.
You sound like the Grandmaster.
You sound like the best person that ever lived.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Quinn does talk like that sometimes.
All right, yeah, I talk like this. I'm even doing a better impersonation than you guys do of me. This is how bad it is.
I'm not even gonna try. But anyway, so
Your story, yes.
Yeah, so I had a tournament. I had a wrestling meet out in Lodi. No, not Lodi. Roseville, I think. Or Chico. No, Chico. It was Chico. And so I'm warming up in my corner of the mat where you're supposed to warm up. And I see my opponent. He's just like chubby kid that maybe is like half a foot shorter than me. And he's getting hyped up by his coach. He's like, you're a world champion. You've beaten all these other guys. You've taken down, you're won gold in all these other tournaments. You're awesome. And the kid is like, but I didn't do it. He's like, shut up. You're fucking awesome. You're the best, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? And no coach was next to me because I sucked. So they were just like, dude, this guy's going to probably lose. So we're not even going to go in his corner and like help him out. I was that bad. So I was just by myself stretching, just like, all right.
Did you have one of those spandex things?
I did have a singlet. Yeah. And, I'm there stretching, and then, we go out to, like, do the thing. I go for it, and, like, time breaks, and instantly I just go for a double leg takedown on him. The kid yells. He's like, ah! And he, like, falls back. He just falls back. And I was like, what?
Good job, Markle. You shattered his future.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude.
This isn't a story about you learning to control yourself. This is just you being a dick.
No, how am I a dick?
This short kid who is obviously physically outmatched by you.
Practically handicapped.
And you just freaking you just
double leg takedown.
Dude,
like on his head.
You just double leg blasted him like Jordan Burroughs.
The ACL is gone.
Dude, literally he just fell back and I was just like, okay. So I went and I got him like, this is how Kerr Wrestling taught us
in his face?
No. So when you have a guy on his back to get him to be able to like to lay flat on his back, what you got to do is you got to cross face him. So you push your hand across his face, have him turn his head to the other side, get your arm around his head so he's basically smelling your fucking armpit, and then hook the leg back up over. So you're pinning his shoulders down on the mat. I did that, and the kid looked like he was like suffocating. And then I won, and I was like, shit, that was it? Like, what the fuck? And my coach like ran over like right after. He was like, you won? I'm like, yeah, I fucking won. Like, and the kid started crying, and like his parents ran down on the mat, and we're like, oh, like holding him and stuff.
And let me guess, that kid grew up to be The Rock.
Yes, I beat Dwayne The Rock John. No. But he started crying, and then like my coach was like, "Why'd you make him cry? Like, come on." And I was like, "Well, I didn't fucking." He felt bad. He was scared of me. I don't know, man. Like,
so did they start paying more attention to you? After
they did.
that,
They did. And then I lost like the next two matches.
And then they went back to ignoring you.
Yeah, basically.
You blew it, Marco.
But
that was your shot.
I had like 2 other wins in my time as a wrestler
against dudes.
Against dudes, yes.
Nice.
And
wait, did you ever have to wrestle girls?
One time I had to wrestle a girl. Yeah.
Did you win,
dude? No. She was really fucking good. She was like a state champ, bro. She was hella good.
What?
In my weight class. I was 11. Dude, in my weight class, she was she was really good.
How much did
she
you
beat
weigh?
a lot of dudes. She beat the best dudes in my weight class. So it wasn't like I just got like, oh no, she was legit.
Your soul.
She was legit. Yeah. She went to Sheldon High. I'll never forget. But yeah. But I actually won an actual match where the guy didn't just give up right away, and that match was really interesting because it was a battle, dude. This kid was just as like scrawny as me. He was basically my equivalent in every way, and I won. And literally the whole gym that I was wrestling in like stood up.
Fight. Right?
Nerd fight, yeah, basically. And they they were straight up like were in jubilation when I won. Like everyone on my team, all the parents were like, yeah, because they knew how much I fucking lost all the time. So when they saw me actually win a battle, it wasn't just a kid rolling over.
So you were like the Rudy of your team.
Yeah, I guess I was. I guess.
Were they like,
in a way.
Marco?
Yeah,
and you had your little spandex thing on.
Yeah, it was a good
like
time.
Like a wire, like your ear thing was
yeah,
all sideways.
Yeah, just like
and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good time.
Nice.
I got second place in that tournament.
So wait, why did you stop wrestling?
Why did I stop? Oh, because like you said, I was a nerd. I just want to play video games. So I was like, but now I look back, I wish I would have stayed with it because I would have been pretty good because of my lankiness and stuff.
You
but
think so?
I think so. I got better as the year went on. I won more. I lost like nothing. I lost the first 2 months in all the tournaments we went to, and then I started winning. And if I would have done freestyle wrestling, and then went back to normal like traditional wrestling, I would have been better the next year. But I just didn't.
Were your parents paying for this?
They paid. My dad wanted me to do it. He said that I needed to learn discipline and stuff, and it really did help me. Like I was able to a lot of stuff that I learned in that the coaches said because they were really old school. Like they would, whenever we messed up or we did bad, they would make us run laps and like,
good.
So I mean, it helped me a lot. I wish I would have stuck with it, but it is what it is. 11-year-old Marco wanted to play fucking Spider-Man 2 again for like the 15,000th time. So, but it's all good. I love looking back on those times.
Yeah,
it's fun. Did you wrestle? Were you a wrestler?
No, because I was in high school. I was training in Taekwondo, and I was also playing baseball, basketball, and football.
Wow!
So,
Did you get any scholarship offers?
Huh?
Were you a scholarship worthy student? Oh,
God no! I was too small, and I didn't stand out enough.
I see.
I played basketball and I was short. I could jump super high, but I mean there was way better players than me on the team.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of talent.
I feel it.
Football, I was a cornerback. But I was a short cornerback or DB. Yeah.
My man.
But no time to wrestle though. I was busy playing basketball.
You probably been really good at it. You probably would have been really good at it.
Probably.
Yeah.
My group home counselors wanted me to box.
Oh shit!
So the compromise to my mom
was Taekwondo. Yeah, that makes sense.
I wanted to box, and she
Yeah.
was like, "Well, let's look into something."
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, "Oh, so now I can get kicked in my face too." Awesome, good choice, Mom.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been curious about the I've heard a lot of people in the military talk specifically about lessons learned when you're overseas, but are there any lessons that you had to kind of like unlearn in civilian life that you had to kind of like I guess unteach yourself about, you know, just life in general, that the military kind of instilled in you that you had to kind of like train yourself to get out of? Or is it the opposite? Like, have you had doubled down on a bunch of stuff that you learned in the military that you now transfer to civilian life, and you believe them even more because civilian life has shown you? Like, is there anything like that? Or
yeah, I mean, it's the transition from military life to the civilian sector. It's different for everybody. You know, it's going to be
right
different for everybody, just because you know, people handle situations differently. For some people, it's really hard to transition. For me personally, it's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know, like just the level of expectation, the quality of work.
Right.
You know, like it's much higher when you're in the military, and then when you get out, the expectation just drops dramatically.
Oh, I see,
and it's kind of a culture shock in the beginning. You know,
really?
like you want to hold all those high standards that you once did when you're in the military, but then it's like, well, do you be that dick that enforces those high standards, or do you know, fold to the pressure of the masses and just say, you know what, fuck it. You know,
as someone who works with you, I am encouraging you to do the latter and say, fuck it.
Well, I mean, I pretty much have, you know, I mean, complete transition to the civilian sector minus the shitty attitude, you know, I mean, I have zero tolerance for ignorance or, you know, like rudeness.
Well, yeah, or like just being a fucking dick for no reason, like some customers are.
Don't snatch things out of my hand.
Yeah, I'm probably the worst person ever to be in customer service.
I love it though.
But at the end of the day, like
great.
I'm good at it, you know, like if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. But if you come in hot, I'm not very good at holding myself back.
But the thing is, it's like some customers kind of get out of pocket in the sense of like they don't see that there's a line. They just see you as just a body that is not giving them what they want.
Right.
Not that we literally would love to give you what you want so you can get out of our hair, but we can't because we would get in trouble. So we literally cannot.
Absolutely.
But it's not personal. But they take it personal, and that's where the difference comes. And that's why I enjoy working with you, because when things get hot like that, you say it like it is. And I've actually learned to say it like it is in my time working with you, because I was more of a person that kind of shied away from conflict. Yeah. But now I'm the type of guy that runs into the fire when there's a kid getting beaten up.
Is that what you learned? What would you say you learned from AA?
From AA? Dude, I've learned a lot from AA. He's like,
but if you could pick one thing that applies to you, first thing that comes to your mind,
let it ride. You just gotta look. Sometimes in life, man, you can't dwell on shit that you can't fucking like. Well, you know, being young, you dwell on things that you can't control. You want to change it. You want to figure out ways to. But with AA, man, you just look like life. Sometimes you can't do shit. You gotta let it ride, like, or you gotta know when to walk away from things and just let shit ride. Just let stuff play out. Like, somebody doesn't want to talk to you, okay, let it ride. That's the thing that jumped to my mind with AA. That he sat me down, talked to me about a couple times in my tenure from Dub, the young Dub.
What did I learn from Aaron?
Yeah,
I learned nothing from Aaron. I learned nothing from Aaron because I'm like his. I don't want to say I'm his superior because that'd be hardcore. That'd be awful to say. But if you were to think about this in terms of martial arts,
you're getting a double A, dude. You're getting a
double A as a martial artist because he's an esteemed wrestler.
Yes, he is. He was a legend when I was in it. Yeah.
But you know, I guess you could say if he's, you could say I'm his sensei. You could say I'm the store sensei.
Bruh.
In a way, I feel like I'm the sensei to everyone who works there.
Oh my god.
I've taken that upon myself.
Jesus Christ.
You can't just give yourself that title because you have a sloppy Fu Manchu. All right? that doesn't automatically make you Shifu. All right?
No, I gave myself that title because I've had more years in retail than everyone else.
So what you're saying is you're the Sifu of retail.
That's it.
Sifu.
Sifu, is that right?
Yeah, you can call me Sifu.
Sifu.
Sifu. See this fool?
See this fool? He's a goof.
You can call me Mac Salad, boy.
More
Mac
like
Salad.
Mac Sabbath. I have a frying pan. Remember? Fucking band I showed you for the McDonald's people? I don't know. But
no, I learned from Aaron. I learned sometimes you just gotta know when to
hold them. Know when to fold them.
You just gotta know when to bite your tongue.
Yeah, you definitely didn't learn that from me.
I've actually learned when to not because of Anthony.
Yeah.
In a positive way, because too much of a good thing is a bad thing. When you never say anything, you never stand up for anybody, you never stand up for yourself, you get walked all over.
Well, closed mouths don't get fed, man.
Exactly.
What I learned
It's
from
the
Aaron
truth.
is sometimes it's better to let things be unsaid.
Let it ride.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah.
Let it ride. Just let it ride. And that's the thing, too. It's like...
But that also being said, I've also, helped put him in a guillotine.
Oh, yeah, okay. We were all there. Did you really put him in a guillotine?
I wasn't there.
Party.
I don't remember this.
Dude, that literally happened so fast, nobody saw.
I felt like you approached him from behind and jumped on him without any fair warning.
Nope.
How'd it go down? For everyone listening, Aaron is the ex-manager at our location. He was there for about 6 years in total. And we all know him personally. Nickname is Double A. And apparently Quinn got him in a guillotine. So we're going to listen to that story right now. How did that happen?
I was, standing about, but standing tall and firm like a redwood. And I was eating a bowl of, I think it was probably macaroni and cheese. Who made it? I can't remember.
Jose.
Jose
made it.
Jose.
And
heard him on the last podcast.
I was just standing there minding my business, and Aaron shot in sloppily for a single leg takedown, but he left his head on the wrong side, and I just slipped my arm in.
Bowl in your hand? While you were holding the bowl of macaroni, you got him in a guillotine? Or did you put it down?
Yeah, was this one-handed, Quinn?
Yeah.
No, I lifted the bowl in the air.
Like it levitated.
So
no,
you threw it up.
I didn't levitate it. I just
levitate.
I didn't levitate it. I just lifted it in the air,
Yeah.
not like a push.
Yeah.
But it's more just like a release, like a soft release.
Wow.
Aaron shot in. He tapped. I caught the bowl with my feet, kicked it back front with my hand, and then proceeded to just enjoy the rest of the party. Aaron was meanwhile on the ground. Hey, you can't tell no one about this. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell everyone.
I'm pretty confident that it did
not
not go down that way.
I cannot wait to have Aaron on in July.
I mean, he definitely wasn't that out of breath. The bowl kick thing was pretty cool.
He was pretty out of breath. He was pretty out of breath.
What have you learned from Anthony since he's here? He's somebody that people actually have heard talk.
I would say similar situation as Aaron.
Oh God!
I am his superior.
It's
he
hard
has learned from me.
It's hard for a Jedi Master to learn something else from a Jedi Knight. Oh and that's no disrespect. That's just saying, my understanding of the spiritual realm of the Force is a little higher than Anthony's. He's a better, lightsaber duelist. But, my understanding of the Force, that's practically unmatched.
So you're saying you're more cerebral.
I'm not saying I'm more cerebral. I'm just saying, if...
Are you more enlightened?
I'm just saying, if the Dalai Lama was to, start an Ask Me blog, he would ask me.
Okay, so you haven't learned anything from Anthony.
Made sense. No, I don't know. You put me on the spot.
Well, yeah, because you put me on the spot with Aaron. So, I mean, come on now. I've learned that Anthony can decorate his apartment in not a way that I thought he would.
What I learned from Anthony is that sometimes a little brown nose will get you will get you far.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Well, I'm being honest. I learned from the best, sir.
Greatest.
And you know what? That was just happened again yesterday.
Yes.
But full circle, Victor said that to Anthony.
What?
With no idea that Anthony said that to the Grandmaster.
See, it's the puppet.
It's
the puppet master at work, Marco.
It was disgusting.
It is the puppet master at work.
You're a puppet.
Yes.
You're a puppet. No, that's Victor. So
It's
what
disgusting.
did Victor do?
It felt like the Twilight Zone. Well, I don't know what happened. I was, minding my own business like I usually am, and then out of nowhere, I just hear Victor go, "I learned from the best, sir." And I looked around like, "What the fuck was that?"
Victor was.
And then I looked at Anthony, and he looked at me, and Anthony just started laughing, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is for real."
Anthony is starting a cult of young Mexican
like,
boys that
oh.
follow
No,
his
in all
teachings.
honesty, Victor was
A
sarcastically responding to
Oh,
something.
A new
Okay.
branch in the family tree. I was like, "Jeez, man."
El Limón del Norte, Victor. God, that's disappointing.
Chubby Leonidas.
I called him I said he should take an apprenticeship for Chef Boyardee.
Yes. Oh, my. You said he looked like an apprentice for Chef Boyardee.
Yeah. Because his freaking hair.
Bro.
Oh man,
That's amazing. Well,
I like Victor.
I love him.
Well, you already
Victor
know
a
what I learned about Anthony, or from Anthony. I've said that like fucking 3 times this podcast already, so yeah, I don't need to say it. What have you learned from us, Anthony? Have you learned anything from Quinn?
Absolutely not. Not one inkling bit of information has been stored in this brain that has come out of Quinn's Dalai Lama brain or whatever he was talking about. No, I'm just kidding.
I've actually learned that Game of Thrones is a lot more deeper of a show than I thought.
No, yeah, I mean, I learned a little bit from all you guys. Just... at the store, you guys were a crazy big help when I first got there because, I didn't know shit and you guys all knew everything.
Oh, yeah, right.
Just the bond that we've all shared since I've gotten there is not one that I've had in a really long time.
It's very unique. It's a very unique bond that you hold with coworkers when you work at that store. It is.
So, it's really allowed me to kind of open up more, be more social.
Able to be on a podcast.
Exactly.
And we're close enough to actually be all on a podcast together.
A year or two ago, I would have never even wanted, or, before I moved up here.
Yeah.
But now...
the benefits of a small business.
True.
This is true. This is true.
Companionship amongst your peers.
Yep.
I will say, in all honesty, not his head's big already, but... One of the Quinn is one of the people I enjoy working with the most, only because his imagination is
unparalleled.
Exactly. I mean, you can't match it, and some of the a lot of the conversations that we have are go much deeper than just the surface, and I like that.
Yeah,
you don't get into detail into some of these topics. No matter what it is,
socialism.
With just the average person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And working with this dickhead, fucking, there's a lot of interesting times. Although he'll show he doesn't appreciate it. I know.
Oh, of course, he'll.
He's too cool for school.
No, he's just. He has little birds in the east, little birds in the west.
Yeah, he's gonna be missed when he goes off to Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Sure.
This man going to Hawaii.
I mean, he's the closest dude to my age. I mean, when he leaves, it's
there's gonna be a big gap.
There's gonna be a fucking huge gap.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
he's like my bridge.
Yeah, he is the bridge.
You know,
to Terabithia.
He's like my. He's like my Padawan.
So,
no.
I knew it. Like my Obi-Wan.
My Obi-Wan.
No.
My hope.
You're like my Luke.
My homie Juan.
No.
You're like my Kung Fu Panda.
No.
You're Han Solo and he's Lando Calrissian.
All right.
You can do the
Lando's laugh is ridiculous.
Lando's a
Luke. He goes, Han. Welcome to Cloud City.
And then instantly, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
had to do it.
I had to do it, Han. Empire got me in a tough spot. Lando's the best.
Now Lando's
He's a cool
awesome.
customer.
He is a cool customer.
You know, I'd say I'm cooler.
Of course.
You're cooler than Lando.
You definitely
I
don't
didn't say
dress
that.
as cool
I
as
didn't
him,
say
though.
Well, that's up for debate. That's up for debate.
I'd better see you with a cape in work tomorrow.
Yeah, I need
than
you
That's
guys-
not fair because I don't have the same financial funds that Lando has.
Lando did own a whole city.
Yeah,
You're right.
if I had the same financial account,
Yeah.
I'd wear a cape every day.
Really? Would you wear the little chain to you that he has to connect the cape's ends?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
You know what I think people need to bring back are pocket watches.
Wow. Look at the turnaround
I
in
know.
this game.
Yeah, that's insane.
Did you see this?
Yeah. They're up by 8.
28 seconds left. Milwaukee has brought it back and is up by 8.
Come on, Toronto.
It's over.
It's supposed to be the 10th island.
Wow.
The T-dot.
We got to get it together.
Yeah, they'll win the next game probably. I feel like it's going 7 games.
I just don't want Drake to win anything.
Really? He's already won Grammys.
Yeah, he's fucking annoying. He talks behind the beat, but hey, fuck it, it works.
Would you punch Drake in the face, Anthony?
Probably not, because he has a bunch of meatheads around him that would freaking pound me.
If he was if you were able to take him on in a sanctioned MMA bout, would you take pleasure in hitting him in the face?
I would want to do it right as he started singing something.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would want to interrupt the show and be like, no, pause button.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it would never happen. And I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, of course not. But it's just funny.
I don't
it's
think
funny
I'd
to
ever
think about.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever
I'd
just
laugh a
punch
lot.
an innocent dude in the face. I mean, he hasn't done anything to me.
Is
I
he
just
innocent,
disagree with his
though?
music.
Is he an innocent man?
Well, to me, he hasn't done shit to me. I don't give a fuck.
To you, yeah. But is he innocent in the eyes of the American judicial
I have a
court
question.
system?
I'm really interested in tattoos, and I want to get a tattoo one day, but I'm not sure what to get. And you, of course, have sleeves.
Okay.
When you're getting a tattoo, what exactly do you consider going into it? Are you looking for something that's reflective upon a certain time, memory, a person, or a place? Are you summing up a chapter of your life? Or are you, what are you thinking about?
Explain
when
the
you're-
ink,
when
Anthony.
When
Explain.
you're thinking about it, I mean, you are a graphic designer.
Well,
So how much influence do you have in the design of what you want to reflect?
That is true.
well, personally,
Good questions.
personally, I designed all of my tattoos.
Oh,
wow. I designed them all, brought them into the artist, and then my guy put his own tiny spin on it.
Kind of finished them up.
Yeah, he kind of
Finished the dream.
refined them, you know. But I all my tattoos have meaning, you
What's
know.
that flag mean? Oh, I'm just playing.
Jesus, it's an American flag, Quinn.
I'm just-
They all have meaning. So when I'm thinking about getting a tattoo, I want it to reflect something meaningful in my life, you know.
Part of me wanted the soldier to have the ghost thing on Call of Duty.
Oh, the ghost face.
That would
Remember
be
the
pretty-
ghost
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
He had the skull on it.
That's
That
kinda
would have
cool.
been pretty cool. Yep, blew it, lost
If only
opportunity.
you would have had me around.
Yeah,
That was
you're right.
Water Warfare 2, right? That was Modern Warfare 2.
Then you have these demons lurching. I think it was. That's sick.
Yeah, so it's it's
Such a great
basically
game.
symbolizes the inner demons that I fight with my PTSD and all that good stuff. You know,
soldiers yourself.
Right, the soldiers myself. He's
Obviously.
patriotic and proud to be who he is, but he fights the inner demons. There's actually scripture that goes around my arm that says only the dead have seen the end of war.
Is
Interesting.
that from the Quran?
Hold on, I need to go get my gun.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Jesus.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh,
Obviously, I know what that's from. Obviously, I know what that's from.
Yeah, little
And
Catholic.
I don't mean any disrespect to any parties out there.
Catholic
No,
boy
but
queen.
you want to be able to tell a story.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
for
what I
sure,
mean?
for sure.
Like, fucking prick. I got the Reaper on the inside. It's just a reminder that death is always right around the corner,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have your tombstones for just like Arlington Memorial.
Arlington. It's beautiful this time of year.
Yeah. And then my guardian angel that's standing upon the skulls of all the demons, and then obviously my Marine Corps ink,
Right.
Gotta have that in there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
What about the other side?
The other side is just a tribute to my Northern California roots.
Oh,
your pre-war heritage.
Yeah, so I got Nor California on one with the the NorCal star, and then I designed this. It's a California, so it's the state of California with the Cali Bear in it. It has the Golden State Bridge, and in the back of the bear, it's the Mount Shasta.
Shasta?
Mount
That's cool.
Shasta.
There's aliens in there.
There's no aliens; those are actually birds.
Oh.
And then
A
of
compass.
course,
Those are some smart birds.
Cardinal directions.
this is just a compass, obviously.
Nice.
And then
What's the compass mean?
a compass it gives you your true north direction.
He will never get lost in his life again.
It's just moral compass, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Where's yours? Well, mine.
What is the land you pick in the background?
It's just random land looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing significant.
specific.
Nothing specific in this.
Dang,
You should get a sea
the Bucks
monster
won, guys.
drawn
The
in
Bucks
there, like
won.
an old timey.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yep. And then the inner part of this arm, it's just Moan Labe. It's the.
I thought that said Moana.
I know,
Yeah.
me too, for a second, yeah.
You're welcome.
That's cool.
It's just a tribute to the Second Amendment, Like,
Oh,
it's what
yeah.
King Leonidas said to the Persian king when he told him to
Fuck off.
drop all his weapons.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
basically means, come and take them.
Oh.
So.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I like it. I like the tats. I'm going to get one soon, too.
I'll go with you.
Do you have
Cool.
any?
No, I don't have any. I want.
So you don't
I'd
have
like to go.
I would like to go.
I don't have a single one. But I can handle pain pretty well, so I feel like I'll be fine.
Let's
How
test
do
that
you
out.
feel?
Right here on the podcast.
Right here? I don't know about all that.
How do you feel? So you have one whole arm dedicated to one whole period in your life, and then which is a relatively minor period in your life compared to
The sum of it.
the sum of it,
Right.
which is summed up on just your forearm.
Well, this side hasn't been completed. I still have the whole upper part, which is going to contain
You're gonna get our faces.
definitely Quinn Kalani's face.
Get my skull.
Your skull. I'm gonna add your skull right in here. In fact, I'm just gonna name this dude Quinn. We'll name this one.
Nah,
Quinn.
get me like right there, being like spread out. And you have like a sword. You're like, duh. Just me like.
You're
Like I'm stabbing you through like the top of your body,
Yeah,
Oh
but like
my
a
God.
red hell light is like pouring out of me.
like as I'm stabbing you.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Nice.
I'm no ordinary guy.
To continue,
Definitely.
the
I'm
northern
no ordinary guy.
To continue the Northern California theme of your arm, you should get Nick or Nate Diaz's face tattooed on the upper part of your bicep.
Yeah,
It'd be perfect.
No. As much as I admire those two guys, I'm not going to get their faces tattooed on me.
Aw.
But
Aw.
I do have a plan that might entail the Capitol, the water tower,
That's cool.
and Probably some highway signs.
Nice.
Like
the 99
I-5, 99
South.
You gotta get something about the store.
You're gonna implement some stuff, and
Store
then right
1040.
dab smack in the middle,
1040.
it's gonna be like store 1040.
Well, instead of a highway sign, you just get the store sign.
Yeah,
Larry-
I'm just gonna get that picture of the corner.
Oh yeah,
And I'm gonna get a photo, like a realism tattoo
Yeah.
of the storefront.
You get Larry
We
putting
should
up
all,
the sign.
We should all get like semi
1040 tats.
semi like referential tattoos to our time at the store.
That we all put together, and then it's a picture. So like
It summons a dragon.
Yeah, it summons a dragon. When the bearers of store
It
1040 are
summons
together.
double A. He's in his fucking.
He rides in on a dirt bike.
He's in his Navy uniform.
I'm here.
You called me.
You call.
Who have called me? I am here.
Or Spencer. It is. It's
No,
Bela.
Spencer would be the anti-equivalent. He'd be like the bad version.
What the fuck do you guys want?
Oh, I miss Spencer. We gotta have him on the pod too.
He's about to have a baby.
I know. Spencer the dad, and he's losing weight too.
Is he?
Dude, he's lost some weight. It's he's becoming too powerful. He's becoming a detriment to society.
Good, because I'm pretty sure he's a sun cat.
He is a sun cat. Oh yeah,
Captain Sun Cats.
We try to do a football game every month. We haven't done it since December, but the next game is the Sun Cats versus the Moon Dogs. Team Sun Cat is highlighted by Victor El Limon del Norte. I believe Jose is on that team. Jose the Felon, my guy, is on that team. I believe Anthony is on that team.
That's right.
And I believe Spencer is on that team as well. Team Moondog.
The king of Galt.
The king of Galt. Is
Irrelevant, basically.
Team Moondog consists of the Moondog himself, the captain, Quinn Kalani.
Squall!
Marco, the grave boy himself, Alvarado. Evan, the Prince Iban.
Prince Ivan.
Long may he reign.
Which he will be on. He will be on before the NBA Finals start to preview the NBA Finals. And then we have Orwundo, the Magic Man. The Magic Man, Orwundo, my man.
Irwinder.
Irwiner.
Let me just say this. You see me, but no, you don't.
I love it. Let me just say this. Gang violence? I don't like it.
Gay violence?
Both. Awesome. So great. So you've been on a podcast, Anthony. How does it feel?
I'm hungry.
Me too. I'm really hungry. Are you ready to film a promo for it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to do that. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we end?
Anything you want to plug?
I
You wanna plug any?
appreciate you guys having me. Thank you. This is actually really cool. I'd like to learn how you do this, and I can't wait to come back on.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to be on again. I have kind of a queue of people who want to be on or who I want to have on, but you will definitely be on. If you want, we're going to have to summarize Game of Thrones in its entirety. Well, not in its entirety, but once the show ends next week.
More like a eulogy.
It's more like sure, yeah, it's more like a eulogy of the show.
No, I'm just playing. That's harsh. No, that's too harsh.
We haven't
That's too
seen.
harsh.
We haven't
You know
seen
what
how
I
they
would-
tied it together.
You know what I'd
Yeah.
like to spit on, and that's Toronto's uniforms. I thought they used to be cooler than this. What is this, black and red?
Yeah,
I mean,
And the
they've
Bucks
always-
uniforms
that's
are
pretty
kind of
cool.
lame too.
What do you
There's I don't know. There's just no like.
you missed the '90s uniforms
Yeah,
where
you
they were just
definitely-
super ugly.
If
That's
you
what
if you
missed.
knew what the '90s
No.
uniform, you'd appreciate
Those
these.
90
Yeah.
uniforms are what's cool.
You like the big giant raptor and the small numbers?
Yeah, holding the basketball.
Yeah.
Makes no
Dude,
sense.
no, thank you.
It looked like jerseys.
Unless
from,
they learn how to open doors, they'll probably learn how to.
It looked like
dribble
jerseys from that one movie that
No, those
Will
jerseys
Ferrell
were
did.
tight.
The Tropics. It
Oh,
looked
Oh,
like the,
yeah.
Tropics.
the Flint
yeah.
Tropics. It looked like that.
Jesus.
Nah, man, there's something they could do cooler than what they got in Toronto. Same thing with Milwaukee.
It's simple.
Well,
They should
how
take
desi-
House Baratheon
that's
colors
how-
than Milwaukee.
That's how design has.
That'd be rad.
That's how design has evolved in this decade. It's become more simplistic.
You remember,
Just
like,
trust me, in the next 10 years, it will get more complex.
You remember, like, the city jersey they had for the Warriors, and it had, like, the Chinatown, like, the dragon design?
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be every time.
Wow. You like detail.
Yeah, I like uniqueness.
So he doesn't like the simpleness.
He's not a
so
simplistic
I
man.
think he's just in the wrong era.
Yeah.
Here's what I realized.
You should have been born in
He should have
1700s
Charger-
France, the Baroque era.
What I don't understand is the lightning bolt for the Charger.
Oh, here we go. Now you're gonna bash my team.
No, isn't it a white horse?
Yes, it is a white horse.
So why a lightning bolt now? When did it change? I'm asking. I
It's
don't know.
not. It's just
Always been.
that's an older I think that's an older.
That's a really old logo, yeah, from the
and it's like
early
it's a
70s.
retro version of
Yeah.
like an old logo that they have.
Yeah.
I think it'd be sick if they went back to like a white horse, but I think it should be a Pegasus.
I actually wouldn't.
That'd be fucking sick.
I wouldn't not like that. That
Right?
would actually kind
That'd
of.
You don't think that'd be cool?
That'd be cool, but I feel like it would be.
If I had your own arena, which you never will, but if you had your own arena and it was set up like the Greek pantheon,
I was just gonna say like a Greek mythology like
yeah.
theme.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm not. You know what?
That'd be
I
cool.
can't say that I don't like
well,
that idea.
you guys should play in LA Coliseum in that case because it's already kind of Greek inspired.
Ours should just be a mountain.
Yeah, I
A
mean
bunch of
it's
billy goats
unfortunate
on a mountain.
that we're gonna have to share a stadium,
With
but
the Lambs?
our stadium
Yeah.
is gonna be the best one in the league.
Who? The Ram Stadium?
The Chargers.
Oh.
It is going to be cool
Oh.
when the Rams and Chargers play each other in the Super Bowl,
See, I like that.
especially
Will
if it
never
takes
happen.
place in LA in 2020.
I think Marco's trying
Never
to
gonna
wrap
happen.
up this show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we
I
could
guess.
talk forever, but
I mean, if you guys want to talk about NFL real quick, we haven't really touched on it. So
how long we been going? Do you edit any of this?
I can edit some of it out. We're gone for. It will be 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Sheesh.
So I mean,
What's the record?
Quinn's was 2 hours long. So
Well, he has a lot to talk about,
he does.
especially when it revolves around him.
Well, actually, no. When I talked to him about himself,
I remember. I
he didn't-
listened.
he didn't-
I don't really like talking myself. What I'm saying is, he can talk about any subject. And
yeah, he can have an opinion. He'll always have an
Yes.
opinion. Yes, he will. That's true.
and he talks about himself a lot.
How'd you like the Chargers draft? Because you're the only Chargers fan I really know.
I loved it.
You loved it.
I
Who's
cannot.
going to get in the first round again?
That Tillery kid.
Tillery.
Yeah, he came out. Where is he? Notre Dame.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
played with freaking.
Yeah.
God, why do I always forget this name?
Notre
Phylon.
Dame.
Darius Phylon.
More like Notre Lame.
Oh, where'd you hear that from? We also got one of their linebackers too,
Nice.
and he's pretty awesome. We'll see though. But the secondary addition is what I really like. That Nazir Adderley.
Oh, he's a
kid.
beast. Yeah.
God, he's going to be such an amazing compliment to Derwin James. So
I hate the fact that
I'm thinking you guys are
got
going
him.
to win your division easily.
I don't
You
know
know,
about.
there's-
I don't know
there's-
about easily, but
okay,
No, I
Raider
think
fan.
it's going to be rather easily.
I don't think it's.
You know, there's a lot of people with that are saying we're not. You know, so I mean, I let the doubting come because that's only going to fuel them.
I mean,
you know?
I think
Sure.
Kansas City is the biggest threat. As well.
Why all their players are criminals?
It's true. That I agree wholeheartedly with him. Mahomes is going to be found for having like.
Too much ketchup in his macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
God,
That
That'd
rugrat
be
looking motherfucker,
disgusting.
he
dude.
does that. He does that. You know that, right?
He does that.
Wait, he doesn't?
Dude, it's a big thing. Pat Mahomes is famous. He puts ketchup in his mac and cheese.
Yo, you know what needs to start happening?
It's disgusting.
It's like
If
an alien.
If I was an owner of a stadium and he came to my stadium,
You'd
my fan base, my
ban
fan
him?
seating, we'd have to throw tomatoes at him as he came out. Just tomatoes.
Shame.
Yeah, shame,
Shame.
dude. Yeah, I fucking hate Mahomes.
What a loser. Dude, what a freak.
Huh,
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
loses to Tom Brady? I mean, come on.
Well,
We
some of
did.
the
Oh,
greatest
wait.
of all
The
time.
Chargers did.
Yeah, at least we were there.
And the Raiders.
We're
did.
watching from their couch. Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady even fumbled. And you still lost to the Patriots.
So that's been the podcast, folks. Thank you very much for listening. to this episode of the Closers Podcast. I thank you all very much, and I thank everyone.
Should we close with a little Anthony ASMR at the end?
Oh my God, no!
ASMR.
Please,
what the
no!
Fuck is ASMR.
Before he does his ASMR bit, I just want to say for all the beautiful people out there.
If Anthony ended it since it was
yeah, he can, but I just got to say this.
You know what ASMR is?
I just wanted to thank all the men and women in the armed forces for their bravery and sacrifice for the country. And with that being said, ASMR time with Anthony.
Oh, yay.
Take it away. Get close to the mic and just like whisper into it. Not super close. That's not ASMR. That's disgusting. That's what that is. All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode where we recap Game of Thrones. We have a eulogy for it, okay? All right. See you guys. Bye.